Hello, and welcome to The Way Music City Goes. I am your host, Zachary Turnbike, and we have today with us Councilman Dr. Morningstar and Councilwoman Mrs. Waxler.
Hi.
They both are running for mayor in the city of Nashville, and we want to get their take on what they can do for the city. We know that we have some budget problems. Can you each give me a little bit of information about what you can do for the city in its current state that we're in right now?
Ladies first.
Oh yeah, well thank you. Okay, so the party I'm affiliated is any party. So I feel like life is boring, so I feel like I just want everyone to have more fun. So like more water slides, fruit roll-ups for breakfast, you know, just anything fun.
Wow, okay, awesome.
It's an interesting platform. I don't appreciate that you stole several of my ideas, but you know, that's fine. We're always developing. So I'm a progressive libertarian, and you know, so I don't have any static sort of views. They're ever evolving. You know, I think that you know, your native Nashvilleian is becoming a rare animal at this point. So it's like we've been hunted to extinction, it feels like.
Speaking of which too, I think we should just let all of the animals in the zoo cage-free. Just open it up.
Really?
Cage-free
Yeah,
zoos.
just let the tigers roam. They're
I'm
really
kind of
cute.
interested in that, the
Yeah.
cage-free like zoo thing.
Yes, yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to sign a waiver.
Yeah,
But
and
anyway.
since you're a librarian, I just say close all libraries.
Okay.
Burn all books.
That was hilarious.
That was very great.
Librarian.
Awesome, and I appreciate you guys coming
Can
today.
I get you your vote?
Sure. You can
Guaranteed,
you
thank you.
can continue to go to our website and check out these two and see what they have for us to offer for the city. Thank you so much.
Hello, welcome to One Life, where we're going to talk today about popular movies. I'm here with Brennan and Eric, and we're going to talk about, let's start with Back to the Future. Do you think what has happened with the movie Avengers, so we're going to do a mix. What's happened with the Avengers? Do you think the DeLorean will make a presence in the Avengers in this Marvel series?
I do not think it's going to because, well, they're two separate companies, and I think there might be some marketing issues.
Okay. What do you think about that? Do you think they can do a collaboration, Eric?
I agree with Brendan. I think somebody's going to get sued if they did it, so I don't think that.
You don't know about
Not a
that?
good idea.
Not a good idea?
Yeah,
Okay.
not-
So what about Xanos? Do you think that he's going to come back to life in a later Avenger series or in the Marvel comics?
Did you watch it?
I did.
Yeah, because
He's gone.
You said Zanos. I think his name was Thanos.
Thanos, okay. Thank you. Thank you for the correction.
But I don't want to ruin the movie for the audience, so I'm going to let Brendan take that one.
I don't think he will come back. I'm trying to answer this question as spoiler-free as possible,
Okay.
so that's about as far as I'm going to go.
Okay, good. You ready for Spider-Man to come out this summer?
Yes, I cannot wait for that movie to come out. Far From Home.
Did you see the last one that came out last year? Was it last year that came out?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
I think it was the year before, I think. But, Brendan.
Hello. Today you are watching a broadcast I don't care enough to remember the name for. And today we are talking about whether you should get a dog or a cat. Now, both of you support one of both sides. So introduce yourself to the audience.
Well, I am Mia, and I am the proud puppy mama of a Bichon Frise. He is 2 months old, and I am over the moon with him. So I highly recommend being a puppy mom.
And I'm Julie Cox. I'm probably an official crazy cat lady. I own two cats and volunteer for Nashville Cat Rescue. I have Vivian and Em. They're both black cats. So I'm really champion the cat people.
Why do you think that you should get a cat over a dog?
I tell you what, I see these dog people out there walking their dogs, and they're hot, and they're picking up the poop in their bag and all that stuff, and it looks exhausting to me. I mean, absolutely exhausting. When you have a cat, they just they just do their own thing. It's awesome. So they're very low maintenance.
They are also very sneaky, which is why I do not recommend a cat. Puppies are adorable, and they just hug you and love you, and they're waiting on you when you get home, and they are so dependent. Potty training is challenging, and I'm not that fancy where I always use the bags when we're out. I will use newspaper to pick up after him. Toss it in the garbage, and we go on our way.
But cats can be loving too. Like Vivian is honestly like a person. I mean, I can just talk to her and she just talks to me back. And I mean, she is like a human. So cats can be loving too. She greets me, she rides in the car, she walks on a leash.
That is about all we have time for today. So.
Hi, and welcome to Nashville Now, where we talk to innovators. Today we're talking to fashion designers Felicia and Fred.
Thanks for having
created welcome. My name is Shay. Felicia and Fred created a fashion line from cockroaches. They debuted their line in April at Nashville Fashion Week. And I have to say, Fiona, Fred, I am stunned. Whose idea was this?
Well, the idea came about because cockroaches are just really ugly. And so, you know, wanted to put a fashionable spin on them. So we made some jewelry out of their shells and put some skirts, you know, sequins made out of cockroach skin, whatever you guys want to call it. So, you know.
Fred, are you wearing your line right now?
No.
Fiona?
My earrings are actually made of our new line, and they're not cockroach, but they're grasshopper. We're working on some new insects, so keep an eye out for those.
Where do you source your insects? And who touches them? Who picks them up?
This was all her idea. Not mine.
Oh, you can't give me all the credit.
No, you can't blame it on me. This is all her idea. I would have done something a lot more sensible. And
okay, where can we find your clothing?
Walmart. We're starting to release them at Target. In boutiques around town, you know. We're really getting out there.
Do you have a website? Here's your chance to plug your line.
It's called Felicia Fred Insect Boogaloo.org.
That is great. You heard it here. Go to the website, check out their clothing. Grasshoppers, cockroaches. Doesn't get any better than that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Disinterested, the sports talk show for people disinterested in sports. I'm here with my guests, Frankie and Grace, and they are massively disinterested in sports, is my understanding, and we brought them to the show today to talk about that incredible disinterest for sports. So let's start with the NBA Finals. How disinterested are you in the NBA Finals?
What's NBA stand for? Is that school here in Nashville where the little boys run you off the sidewalk?
Oh, I don't know about that school. What school is that?
It's on West End, NBA.
NBA. Well, NBA is actually, they're in the finals right now. They're actually the last two teams. So right now we have Toronto and Golden
America?
State. So Toronto's actually not.
You know the last sport I was involved in? Hunting men. It was a deer shoot. You know, it's a DEAR shoot. That's the last sports event that I have been involved in.
So would you say most of your disinterest in sports goes from any of the major ball sports like football, basketball?
Oh, I like ball sports. Yeah,
Okay.
I like ball sports, yeah.
Any hockey fans at all?
No, they never have any teeth. Why would you ever want to date a hockey player? They don't have teeth.
I hear what you're saying. So
with your massive disinterest in sports, what would you rather be doing than watching sports?
Rather be doing anything. Locked up in San Quentin. What about you?
I'd rather be knitting or reading a book, but I'd also rather have my pinky nails pulled out.
Yeah.
So that disinterested, that is a new level of disinterested on this episode of Disinterested in Sports.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm a sports fan, you know? I mean, that tailgating, you know, you meet lots of nice people on the tailgates, and, you know, people dress up in orange. You can identify them, you know, whether you want to sleep with them.
Hey, I'm Eric, and I'm your host of the new show that we have no title for. But I'm going to start with you since you are my first guest.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been addicted to M&Ms?
Woo! A long time. A long, long time. I've been trying to quit, but I just can't. I can't. I just really can't. Especially the ones with them peanuts. Oh, my goodness.
So does it just keep calling you?
Yes, right now it's calling my name. Shh! Do y'all hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have M&Ms. So what is your addiction, your chocolate addiction or candy? Skittles?
Probably Hershey's Cookies and Cream. I just love the white chocolate and the little chocolatey bits in the center, and I just think it's so good. You know, I've been eating it since I was a small girl, and my dad got me some. He rewarded me for good grades, and I've just been hooked ever since. And I just can't stop eating them. I have some all over the place.
All right. Okay. So now, here currently, is there any other addictions or sugar addictions? Just M&Ms.
Just M&Ms.
Cupcake collection. Love cupcake collection. Love their red velvet with that cream cheese frosting. So good. Like I used to go like every week to get a 4-pack because you know you can't use your debit card if you don't spend at least like $6 or something. So you're forced to get 4 because I never had cash. So that's probably my second addiction.
Okay.
Truth be told, we heard that you had an addiction.
Yes.
Well,
what's your flavor?
Well, actually, we don't have that much time left in this show. So, you know, thanks for you guys coming. You're almost like crackheads, but it's chocolate. But we're done.
Hi, this is Julie Cox, and welcome back to Adulting, the show about being an adult and how much it stinks. So I've got my guests here today. We have Tammy and we have Z. Tell me, girls, you know, we're grown up now. We're supposedly adults. What do you hate about being an adult?
For me, the one thing that I hate, bills. They come every month, and I get tired of them. Bills.
I hear you in the back. I understand. And Z, what do you hate about being an adult?
I have to make all the decisions. There are too many decisions to be made, and every decision, it's like you can't look for an adult. You have to make the decision. You are the adult.
I get it. Do you all feel like life is just full of errands? Like you're like, not only do I have to go to the grocery store, I've got to do stupid things like go to recycling and things like that, that it's like, you know, it takes up 10,000 hours of my time.
Yes. Got to iron, got to wash dishes, got to clean your house.
Yes, yes. I mean, what happened to the days of just kicking back and, you know, playing Atari, listening to some music? I mean, what happened to those days?
Ooh, I would love to play some hide and go seek. Yes.
I don't know about you all, but I continue to play. I still have water guns. Just last weekend, I had a water gun fight with my children. So adulting, you get your rewards. Just wet them all up with water guns. It's a fun thing. You got to do it.
I think that's great, because do you feel like that takes you back when you're doing things like that? It kind of takes you back to a good place.
Yes, don't forget to play.
You're right. And I think that's what we forget as adults. I mean, we forget that, you know, there's still a kid in us. There's still stuff to enjoy.
Right.
So, well, you all, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your experiences, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Where in the World. I'm your host, Carmen San Francisco. Today with me is Fred and Myrtle, a lovely couple who's just won a world trip around the world in a hot air balloon. Congratulations. So, Myrtle, how excited are you to take this adventure of a lifetime?
Fred wants to go, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with the dog while we're gone. I don't know. And Fred just keeps, can't figure out the logistics. And Fred wants to go, and I'm thinking it's just too big. I didn't think we were going to win.
Well, congratulations. Okay, surely, I mean, the balloon takes off tomorrow at 2 p.m. Are you excited to go to France, Fred?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, baguettes, croissants, Myrtle.
Who's going to pay the light bill while we're gone?
True. Ooh, it's not quite a good look for our show. Myrtle, surely someone could walk up to your house.
A hot air balloon, isn't that where they like, and then they drop you like that?
No, I'm sure there's safety precautions.
Are you scared, Fred?
No.
I'm scared.
Okay, would you rather like a boat trip or something?
Ask Fred.
Fred, do you like boats? How about a train? A bus ride?
I'd like a balloon ride.
What was that?
I'd like a balloon ride.
Oh, a plane ride. Myrtle, would you like to go on a plane?
First class.
Oh, well, okay. We'll see what we can do about that. But congratulations. I'm so excited for you
It's not
both.
like a Goodyear blimp, is it?
No, unfortunately, no, not a Goodyear blimp.
I mean, what happens when you get like lost over sea or something?
Oh, surely that won't happen. And thank you so much for joining Where in the World.
I'm Melissa, and I've got two incredible writers with me tonight. We decided earlier that we're going to go by code names, and so it's Black Widow and Fiddleback. I saw a Black Widow outside a few days ago. Anyway, this is a show to encourage new writers. You know, we're just going to give you some advice. I know what it's like when you're staring at that cursor and you're begging for death and you just don't have any words coming out. So ladies, let's start with Fiddleback, Mrs. Fiddleback. Let me put that honorific on there. What advice do you have for the up-and-coming writers out there?
I think the first thing is just be open, be creative. When you're going to sit down to write, just be open. Once again, be creative and just allow your imagination to take over.
That's pretty astute. But what about when you're there and you are open and nothing comes out?
Vodka.
Oh, wow.
Vodka and tonic works very well.
Oh.
So if you find yourself at that spot where you cannot think of a word to put on a page, if you go and get you a couple of vodka shots with some tonic, I promise you, you'll start to create anything. And the important thing is to remember is to not to worry about being correct, but to just get the words on the page.
Yes, yes, I like that a lot too. I remember when I started, I'd want to write everything perfectly the first time, but really the first draft, just let it out and don't edit. I feel like that's great advice. Well, you know, I think this is really great, and hopefully to all the young writers out there, be encouraged, don't give up. And we're here for you, I don't know. Okay, everybody put your hand in the middle and let's go. Great job, go writing! Yay!
Hi, this is Julie Cox with Wake Up Nashville. Today we're going to talk about scooters, those menacing death machines on two wheels that have taken over our city. Today we have Miss Melissa, who is actually a victim of a scooter incident, and Camille, who just happened to hit her accidentally. So, Michelle, tell us a little bit about the incident.
Well, there I was on 2nd Avenue North, just heading to the post box. And there were about 5 people on scooters, and they came out of nowhere. And I was just trying to cross the street, and, you know, I was just intimidated, and I took a few steps back, and I fell, and then Camille here hit me.
So let me get this right. You had 5 scooters coming at you. Now tell me about these people on the scooters. I mean, were they like dog intoxicated? Did they have helmets? Or what was going on with those people on the scooters?
You know, now that I think about it, they were hooting and hollering, and it seemed like they were a little drunk. It was a blur mostly. That's why I was scared and backed away.
Now, Camille, what were you doing through all this? I mean, you had to have seen her. I mean, how did you just, I don't know, hit her? I mean, how did that all happen?
Well, I was paying attention to the scooters. They looked like they were having a good time, and I just was wishing I was with them. I had never been in a situation like this. I am really just sincerely sorry for hitting you on the scooter, but I just was, you know, having so much fun watching them and watching people on the scooters. I just love those scooters. I haven't had a chance to actually ride one, and I just really want the opportunity to. So,
well,
that's what happened.
We're glad we lived.
Me too.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm glad you're all intact, and I'm glad, Camille, you didn't go to prison. So that's always a good thing.
Absolutely. I would never be able to ride the scooter then. Good Lord.
Well, thank you all for joining another day of Wake Up Nashville. You all be good out there.
Good evening, friends. You have joined us tonight for the next exciting episode of Kill 'Em. Tonight, our guests are accused murderer Marlene March and her attorney, Miss McGillicuddy. Is that how you pronounce your name?
McGillicuddy, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Darlene, I know you feel very traumatized about your situation.
Terrible.
Can you tell us about that night?
Yes, well, first off, I'm single and ready to mingle. But otherwise, it was horrible. I was in the pool, right?
No.
No. I was making tea.
Yeah.
Forgot. I was making tea because Earl was watching that terrible show.
Excuse me, Earl was your first husband?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He's my first husband. And my boyfriend, nope, our pool boy, not my boyfriend.
Yeah, she's just a little, you know, traumatized
Yes.
from the night, so she gets things a little mixed up as of now.
Right,
Until
yeah.
time will settle and calm everything down.
As her attorney, Miss McGillicuddy, I'm sure you advise Miss March of how to behave because the courts are so severe to women these days.
Well, I have a stylist, and I'm gonna look great.
Yeah, she's innocent, so there's not a lot of work that I have to do. I have to make sure that, you know, she doesn't say any false statements because it's just so easy to get really confused when you're so traumatized.
Well, I think that we've all come together tonight, and I think we need to have this next week. We'll talk about it more.
Yeah, right.
Thank you so much for being our guest, Miss Darlene, and thank you, Miss McGillicuddy, for coming on our show.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Elvis Weinstein, and I have guests here. I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
I'm Beth.
Oh, okay. And I'm sorry, I really didn't prepare for the show at all. I was sleeping. So.
It's okay. I have my lawyer here with me.
So, I got snacks, by the way. It's in the lunchbox if you guys get hungry. So, just letting you know. You know, I like to make it's comfortable for you, especially, you know, convicted shoplifter, you know, repeat offender, you know. My question is, why would you shoplift turkeys?
You don't have to answer that. Next question, please.
Okay, all right. That's fair enough. Fair enough. But why turkeys? I mean,
You don't have to answer that. Next question, please.
I can understand pizzas. or like the little pizza pockets or anything else to make more sense. Steaks, turkeys, really? You
Once again, you don't have to answer that.
Hey, you should answer. You should just stop.
Sir, I'm going to ask you to stop badgering my client. Is that why you brought the turkeys up in here? Are you trying to make a statement? We don't appreciate that.
I just thought that was really odd. Like, you have to have a real obsession with turkey. I mean, like, there's so many other great things in there. I mean, they have wine and sours now.
Once again, you don't have to say a word. And if we have not been to court, you don't have to say a word. Next question, please.
This is a terrible interview for you because you haven't gotten to say anything.
I said my name.
Ask the right questions and she can answer.
Where were you born?
You can
Ecuador.
answer that. Thank you.
Ecuador?
Yes.
Huh. That's a good way to end the show. Huh.
Oh no, I'm a not convicted Ecuadorian for shoplifting turkeys.
Pretty good. I mean, we could have went that dark way, and we could have talked about like your parody of Salman Rushdie's.
Okay, well, welcome to today's podcast. Today we're talking about a historic home in Franklin, Tennessee, a few miles from Nashville. And it is the home called the Carter House. The Carter House was, for lack of a better term, the epicenter of a major Civil War battle in November 30th, 1864.
1864.
And the two generals that led the Army, the Confederate and Union, were General John Bill Hood led the Confederacy, and I forget the Union general's name right now, but the Carter House was a major battle in the Civil War. One of the last major battles in the Civil War.
Professor Nathan, is the Carter House, is it named after the Carter family? Is that where its name comes from?
One interesting thing is the night of the battle, there were about 19 people down in the basement of this brick Carter House while this massive battle was going on overhead. Over their head, they could just hear it. Incredible battle.
Now I hear that house is haunted, though. Is there any truth to that?
I don't really buy all the stuff about haunted. I don't buy that. I just am intrigued in the history of the site. In the Carrington House, about a mile or so away from the Carter House, was the house, a two-story mansion that was a Confederate hospital.
Oh yes, I remember that.
It's a beautiful Confederate cemetery down at the Carrington.
So welcome back to our final segment of today's episode of Mia and Friends, where we are coming to you live from the campus of Nashville State College. Our guests today have been the dancing duo of Tanya and Melissa, the 2019 twerk champions of the USA. Tanya, Melissa, tell everybody where they can find you at CMA performing this weekend.
Oh, yeah. How about you tell them about that? Where are we performing this weekend, or we're going to twerk on Broadway?
I think it was down in Lowe's back alley.
Oh.
Yeah, you know the alleys, people want the authentic dancers. They're tired of, choreographed. They want authentic, a little on the tipsy side.
Okay, and will you be teaching along with performing?
Yeah, I think that's safe. It's folk art that we're presenting in the alley. It's folk art.
Okay, and so that is probably Friday night. How about for the end of the fest? There'll be a big party. Do you plan on attending?
If we're able. Last year I had a broken ankle.
Yeah, and this year we haven't gotten confirmation on our moonshine yet.
Oh, wow.
Right.
I'm sure that
We're
helps
still
the
going-
mood, doesn't it?
Yeah, we need some move groove, and hemp's legal this year, so.
Well, when you're not performing, where can people find you on social media?
My Instagram handle is Big Booties Are Better for Twerking. At Big Booties Are Better for Twerking, right?
Awesome.
Big boobies are better for burping.
Big booties and big boobies.
Big boobies are better for burping. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's our other page.
One more time for the audience, Tanya.
Yes, ma'am.
Big booties or boobies
How you
are
spell
better for
that?
twerking.
Burry. Booty. Like
And we're out. Thank you all very much.
Welcome to Why Was My Food That Bad? All right, so today we're with our new people, and they want to talk about why was your food truck experience food that bad?
I probably should have seen it from the beginning. It was called Scrape and Grill, and it was actually a roadkill food truck, and probably should have seen it coming, that it wasn't going to be that good. So
sounds delicious.
Yeah, all I can say is I don't care how you cook skunk, it doesn't turn out good.
Okay, but from my research, this wasn't your first time there though. So why did you go back?
Now, you know what? The first time you think, it's a fluke. You think maybe it just got a bug, maybe it was the flu. But really, after you throw it 3 times, it's probably the food.
Yeah, I can kind of relate.
Yeah.
All right, now, so you had already heard of his experience. Why did you go, and why was your food so bad?
Well, I'm from Tennessee, and there's lots of roadkill everywhere, so I thought it would be nice and fresh, but that was not the case. I also got violently ill, but I had the armadillo.
I didn't try the armadillo.
Yeah.
I've never seen one alive in Tennessee, but they're everywhere.
Oh yeah? So
on the interstate.
Is any kind of sauce you like with your roadkill?
Buffalo sauce, for sure.
Okay.
I'm a honey mustard guy, but it doesn't help a lot. Like I said, no matter what, it didn't taste like chicken. That's what they said.
Yeah, just we've had a few different people. Now, in closing, what do you guys, would you go back to that food truck that you went to?
I'd probably get a salad next time. Probably stay away from the meat.
Okay.
That's not what I'd do. But yeah, I like them. They're good people.
All right, and you?
I'll try the possum. Could be so many surprises.
Okay. Well, that's all the time we really have on our for this segment of Why Was My Food That Bad? And I'm not going to eat it.